So in this video, I'm going to be talking about the purpose of society. What is the purpose of society? I want you to just pause the fucking video and think about it for yourself. What is the actual goal of humans collectively organizing themselves into a society? What is the purpose of that? If you've thought about it, I'm going to tell you what I think right now. The purpose of society is to provide the basic necessities of life to every human being and to do our best to allow absolutely every human being to flourish to their fullest capacity while they're here. So, for example, if you are in an ancient community where you're in a hunter-gatherer society, and you're out hunting with like two other dudes, you're in a small group, and there's a small group way over there and a small group way over there, and a bunch of people are over there gathering fruits and vegetables and shit and nuts or berries, whatever. And you and your group find a buffalo, and you fucking hunt it and you kill it, and you all take it back to your community. What are you guys gonna do with that buffalo? Are you gonna say to your community, we worked hard for this, it's our buffalo, fuck you guys, go get your own? No, you're not gonna fucking say that. Because you have a whole community here that, like, the purpose of a community is to help everybody. The purpose of a society is to better everybody's life, not to be a selfish dick and take more than you need. Like, if you tried to just eat that buffalo with just you and your two buddies, you wouldn't be able to finish it. The meat would go bad. Or your people would probably just fucking kill you and take your fucking food because you're being a selfish dick, and they don't need that in their fucking society. So, you share your fucking buffalo with everybody because you have this thing that can help everybody. You have the means to do it. So you fucking do it because it's the right thing to do. Now, after you fucking finish eating your buffalo and your little berries and your fucking vegetables and shit that other people picked for you, let's say your neighbor's house fucking falls over because a tree fell down and fucking broke it. What do? Do you be like, sorry dude, that fucking sucks for you, can't help you out? No. Someone is gonna have to fucking let that person stay in their own home, or they're all gonna have to build up a little home for them to stay in real quick. And then they're all going to collectively come together and help that dude build a new house because he lost his house and he needs a new one. There you go. They're not going to let one of their own people in society become homeless. They're going to help him because that is the point of society, is to help everybody. Because when you help other people, it directly benefits you. And you're just doing the right thing. It feels good to help your friend, to help lift other people up. Like, there's a saying, like, the only time you should look down on other people is when you're reaching down to help them up. And that's damn true, man. Like, that's true of society throughout history up to a certain point. Up to a certain point, things changed. But back to the example. Let's say your fucking child is sick, or your grandma is sick in this hunter-gatherer society. And you've got a medicine man, right? Every society or something has a medicine man, or just a shaman, or whatever the fuck. And he knows how to help this person. He fucking knows, or he's gonna fucking do everything he possibly can to help, because He wants all the people in the shaman, the medicine man, whatever you want to call him, the medical person, wants to help everybody in their society be in their best health. That is that dude's job. And that's what he wants to do. That's his responsibility. He's not going to be like, oh, well, you don't have enough stuff to offer me, so fuck you, go away. Like, no, dude, no. He's not just gonna let someone die. He's gonna fucking help that person out. Or at least that's how society should be. We should want to help other people, no matter how much. Even if this dude is like, yeah, the only thing that's gonna save this guy's life is this flower that grows on the top of the tallest fucking volcano 10 miles that way. Like, as soon as this dude learns it, he's either gonna go fucking do that shit himself, or he's gonna find someone to help him, or find someone to go do it for him. But, like, they're gonna get that shit, and they're gonna do everything they can to help that fucking person out. Because that's what society was back then. Like, if they knew a way to help, they were gonna fucking help you, because you're their community, you're their family. You're a human fucking being. And unfortunately, that is that hospitality, that sense of brotherhood among all human beings was the downfall of a lot of indigenous people when colonization became a thing. When fucking white settlers and colonizers from fucking France and Spain and England went down to places with indigenous people, the fucking colonizers, being all malicious and shit, used the hospitality of these indigenous folk against them. They took advantage of these people and they fucking killed them, raped them, stole their natural resources, and fucking called those people's home their own. This is mine now. Because along the way, for Europe, shit got lost, and their society became just cold towards other human beings. And I believe it's because you started separating into the haves and the have-nots. I have all this shit, and I don't want to give it to this guy. I don't know, I haven't thought too in depth about that, but that's the purpose of society, is to help other people. And I would go as so far to say that another purpose of society, aside from being able to help people on a day-to-day basis like that, is to ultimately not have to labor, not have to do any labor. So, for example, when hunting and gathering was a thing, you know, you'd have to go hunt all fucking day or gather all fucking day. Sometimes, I'm sure sometimes you would just go out, oh, a fucking animal, and get really lucky. But I'm sure most of the times you spent a lot of time checking traps and setting up traps and just doing shit all day. But then agriculture became a thing, and you didn't have to fucking go out all day and do all that shit. You just stayed at home and worked on your fucking farm all day. And then, you know, oh, I'm fucking tired of plowing this shit by hand. Maybe I'll make a cart and have a fucking bull drag it, or a horse drag it. And then that was a thing. And then machines became a thing. Where, okay, this fucking machine just, I can fucking ride it and I can get it done 10 times faster, and now there's fucking enough food for everybody on the planet. Now that we have moved away from being I guess we're still technically an agrarian society because we need agriculture to feed the billions of people on the planet. Even though not everybody is receiving a fair share of the food, we have more than enough food for everybody. We do not live in scarcity anymore. So the next step, the next logical fucking step is, how can I get this machine to do it by itself, so that I don't have to fucking be out here all day operating this machine. It's not like the land is going anywhere, so I don't have to be, the machine just needs to be like a fucking giant Roomba, and they're gonna figure out how to do that shit. And that should be seen as a good thing. It should be a good thing when we can free the hands of human beings to put down the hammer, put down the sickle, put down the levers that they need to operate all day, and pick up a paintbrush or a pencil or a fucking football or just something that will fulfill you more. Learning about science and math and art and literature and music, and just having time to do leisurely activities like that, to learn about the universe, about our planet, about ourselves, to spend time with our friends and family and loved ones. That is the purpose of society, is to free human beings from having to do this kind of labor that prevents them from fucking just living their lives the way they want to live it. Now you may say, oh, but people will get lazy if they don't have to work. Dude, no one's gonna fucking, well, I'm sure some people will fucking sit around all day and literally not do anything. But most people would get bored as fuck. Like, dude, have you not been quarantining or some shit? Because when you quarantine, at least when I did, and my old lady and my kid and I, like, we got bored as fuck. So we started reading more and taking care of our house plants more and learning more about that. We got into learning about minerals. We got into learning about apothecary, like, because we just didn't have anything else to do. We had we were working in our own little businesses, but like, it was just much less than what we had been doing before. We had a lot more free time. So we just did shit, because no one wants to fucking sit around all day. So the thought that people would just literally do nothing if they had no work, like, is fucking stupid. The only people who say that dumb shit are people who have just worked too much their whole lives and don't know what the fuck to do else besides work. Like, there's this thing where, like, people ask you, what's your dream job or whatever. Like, nobody actually dreams of a job. No one dreams of doing labor, unless it is a labor that fulfills them, like building a house for someone, or building a beautiful house, maybe improving your house building skills, or doing some kind of fucking painting, or taking care of animals or some shit. Like, that's labor, but it sounds fulfilling, But people are so wrapped up with constantly trying to survive because they need to work so much and they have no time to do shit that they enjoy, that yes, people in our society have to dream literally of jobs. Think about that. They have to dream of jobs. Nobody wants a fucking job. Like, in the grand scheme of things, nobody really wants to have to work. Personally, I love working hard. But if I didn't have to do it, I would not do it nearly as much as I do. I would work hard at things like learning how to play musical instruments. I would work hard at being a better father. I would work hard at things that I enjoy. And yeah, that should be what life is. That should be the purpose of society. But it's not, because we're so ingrained with capitalism that our only goal is to make money. Our only goal is to take something that we love and turn it into a business and then make money off of our business, and our whole life becomes this thing that we love, and then that eventually the love for it is going to fade because it is no longer something you love. It is a business. It is an obligation. It is a source of stress, and that just sucks the joy out of it. And that should not be the purpose of society. So if you have watched through this entire video, I applaud you. Trying to think if there's anything else I have to say, any other points I wanted to make. But I think that's pretty much it. The purpose of society is to take care of people, make sure they have houses, food, medicine, clothing, basic necessities for life, and to make sure that labor is not a necessity for humans. Like, automation should be a good thing. Like, factory workers won't have to work in factories, and warehouse workers won't have to work in warehouses. If you've ever worked in a factory or a warehouse, you know it's cold as fuck in there. It's cold. There's no sunlight. Like, I mean, at least in the winter it's cold. In the summer it's hot as fuck. Nobody wants to be doing that shit. And it's not like it is fulfilling to fucking organize shit and you know, like, no one wants to do that. If we freed people from those kinds of jobs and provided free education for them, imagine how many more doctors and scientists there would be to accelerate the advancement of the human race. But because everybody's so fucking obsessed with making money, not through fault of their own, but because, like, that's just how our society is, and it is a problem. And it is because of capitalism, the ingrained capitalism that everybody has in them, that we are indoctrinated with since birth, or from birth on. That's why people think the way they do. Anyways, take it with a grain of salt. That's my thoughts on that. Again, if you've watched the whole video, I appreciate you. Peace.